All right, so going off of our agenda, our first speaker of the evening is going to be Mr. Kireet Kokala, our humble president. And the speech title is A Day Late and a Dollar Short. And just to kind of give you a brief introduction here. So what if you're late to the game? It's never too late to turn the tables with a positive spin on your situation and build up yourself. Kireet will go over his recent exercise in positivity. So without further ado, Kireet, take it away.
All of us have been there. We've been late to some event. We've missed the train by a few seconds, or fell just a few dollars short of that fancy toy we liked as children, those expensive suits and dresses we wanted as adults. As I followed this latest exercise from Toastmasters of penning my thoughts in a journal, I realized that I'd actually started this exercise last year. I'd sporadically scribbled some journal entries with my fountain ink pens, and that habit or hobby just grew. And I have a Tater journal where I actually started this last year. You can kind of tell I've practiced my cursive, and in the beginning, these weren't positive thoughts. These were literally doodles. I practiced the capital letters so that it's not pigeon scratch. These are called majuscules, and the lowercase alphabet, which are called minuscules. I practiced that heavily, but also I progressed into penning my thoughts on topics that were of special interest to me. Some of them heavy-handed, but I focused on 4 domains: space, time, life, and death. I know. There was a common pattern I realized which would be very pertinent in today's time, and it'll also be the topic of today's reflection. I'll be speaking about 3 events that transpired in my life and how I gleaned from them. I'll talk about the time I was jumped by a gang in high school. I'll talk about the time I failed an important class in college. And the third topic, or the third incident, is going to be the time my brand new car was totaled by a falling tree. Any ethics notwithstanding, the common theme between these 3 distinct events is that I was either late or short by money or energy. I was either late or short by money or energy. When I reflected on these events from my musings, my journal, my writings, I realized that when I was jumped by the gang, I was late to the game. I was late to realize that at all times you need to know how to defend yourself. There's no excuse for that. And at that time in my life, I was not able to stand my ground. When I encountered failure in my classroom, that was because I lacked something. I was short on knowledge and I lacked collegiate discipline. And finally, when my car was totaled, I realized that I lacked the financial intuition, and the physical space to park my vehicle in a safe spot. But all jokes aside, when these events transpired, I was pissed off. I was full of negativity. I was enraged, and I felt anger towards the gang that assaulted me. I wanted to hit them back. When I thought about the time I failed my class, I was disappointed in myself. I felt stupid, dumb, dejected for a long time. And when my car was totaled, I felt sad. There were probably teardrops in my eyes when I was standing in the rain next to downed power lines. This part of life is what I call owning it. You got to own your failures, own them. And by own them, I don't mean print them out on a t-shirt and streak. No, what I mean by owning failure is firstly acknowledging it. I had to acknowledge my failures. And then I had to realize that there's a window to learn from them. And then when learning happens, you can only end with positive growth. You'll grow stronger. Case in point, when the gang violence occurred, I realized later that I had to become stronger and rekindle my interest in martial arts. That got me to a 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo and advanced CQC exercises and practice, which stands for close quarter combatives. The failure in the college room, or in the college class rather, taught me the importance of academic excellence. I excelled in my master's program. I maintained a 3.75 GPA or higher while I was working 2 jobs to make ends meet. And with the car loss, I learned to see the positive in life and owned a less expensive, economical car that is currently parked in my garage. These events happen for a reason. I believe they happened because I endeavored to improve from them. I realized my own strengths and turned these failures into victories. I saw the positive in myself. I saw the positive in the environment, and I attracted positive energy. And I believe success followed later because I planted those thoughts of success in my head. And then it's just another realization that success and failure are peaks and valleys in life. You can't control all of them, but you need them all. You need to learn from these events, and that's why positivity is important. Failure and success will shape your perception of reality, love, and joy. And ultimately, when you learn from success and failure, you will learn to let life let you be better, not bitter. Again, I'll repeat myself. You will learn to let life to allow you to make you feel better, not bitter. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster, I thank you all for the privilege of your time and attention.